Sportsnet 590 The Fan, and wherever you get your podcasts.
Just like that, another game day for the Toronto Maple Leafs. The real Kyper Bourne show, season 5. Jake the Snake Schultz, Derek Brandale, the Kypreos, Justin Bourne, and our very, very own Sam McKee. We're live on Sportsnet 360, 590 The Fan in Toronto, and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. Always, but always, you can catch us as well on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. I just finished watching our baseball boys leave the studio.
Yeah.
Barker and Blair.
Yeah.
Like, it's December.
There's news,
I'm not used to
though.
seeing them in December.
There's news.
I love our undying commitment to the Toronto Blue Jays at Sportsnet 590 The Fan. I care about it deeply. My microphone's doing weird things. Probably should have figured this out before the show started. But it's great to see those guys. I'd be lying if I said it didn't bring back horrendous memories to see both of their faces. But it was nice to see their voices, see them and hear their voices.
You know what dawned on me as they're leaving the studio?
What's that?
It's that, say what you will. This is not for us to go any deeper on whether baseball needs a salary cap or not. Okay? I don't want that. I don't want this to turn into that. But how lucky is it for baseball fans that, like, the ability of, Ed Rogers, who owns the Blue Jays now, just to go and sign a guy and create this amazing energy and feel. And it's like, that's gone for hockey. It's gone for the Leafs.
Oh, yeah.
Like
you're only giving my take on that for 5 years back to me.
What was the last? Like, it was Tavares, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Free agency, July.
Yeah.
That was
You're underselling Chris Tanev pretty hard here.
That was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Love Tanev, but
You're right.
not Tanev. Tanev at his age now, with the wear and tear that he's had on himself, was a nice pickup, but it wasn't like the recent baseball one. Who's the pitcher? I don't even know the guy's name.
Dylan Cease, the guy the Jays signed?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan Cease.
All right.
I got to tell you,
what,
though,
200, 300 million?
He signed a
210.
7-year, 210.
Oh, my God.
And tomorrow,
Yeah.
if you're listening to the show, our show may be starting a little bit late because there's a press conference that we're introducing him to the media. Tomorrow, Scott Boras will be there, super agent, so he'll be droning on a little bit. So,
And I got to tell you, I really enjoyed on Twitter yesterday seeing stuff about the Yankees and the Steinbrenners and how they used to just outspend everyone.
they're crying poor.
And now it's like, well, you can't keep up with the Guggenheims and the who owns the Dodgers now. It's like
And
Magic
Rogers.
Johnson and Rogers in Canada, and they're like the poverty Yankees.
Oh, yeah.
I saw them called.
Hold your money. Oh, there's poor people around.
Yeah. It's like we're one of those spenders now. It's
I
amazing.
just missed, like, the buzz of something like that.
Well,
Yeah.
Then tell every free agent not to sign a team-friendly deal for 25 years in the NHL. And then maybe we'll be able to get, because it's just what they do. They all are just really, loyal
Good
hockey
Canadian
guys.
boys,
It's not
eh?
even, like, even Kyle Connor, who's American, like, it's like you can't even get the flashy Swede to leave. Kempe signs too. It's like, come on.
Okay,
Come on.
Missed you on Friday. Our
Yes.
very own Gord Stellick did a great job filling in for you, but great to see you back, JB.
to be back.
And let's start with, all right, glass half full, half empty after Saturday night. There's a sense that it was a point lost, not a point gained Saturday night. But your overall thoughts of a 2-1 overtime shootout loss, whatever you want to call it, to the Montreal Canadiens for the Leafs.
Yeah, you say it's a point lost, not a point gained. But considering the way the gameplay went, I think they're fortunate to leave there with a point. I'll say my glass half full is we didn't know what to expect out of Dennis Hildeby this year. And thank God he looks like he's taken a step. Everyone talking about his confidence. 927 save percentage now. I don't know how long he can be this Dennis Hildeby for, but the more games you get like that while you're waiting for Joseph Woll and Anthony Stolarz to be back, gives you a chance to get points.
I think that the first game back from a long road trip is always a bad one, but the Leafs have also been bad a lot this year. So I was trying to figure out throughout that game whether it was just them flashing back to earlier in the year, that sort of trend that always happens with that first game back. But I thought they had their moments. Second period, they were brutal again. So that's a trend that's been bad all year. But good in the third, I thought. Pretty good in the first. But, yeah, I'd say lucky to get a point and the way Hildeby played was, I think, the biggest reason.
Let's go to Craig Berube for our first Kippers Clipper of the week on his overview of Saturday night.
Good first period. I thought we came out with the right mindset, did some good things. Second period, turned pucks over. That's basically what it boiled down to. Put ourselves in three-quarter ice. Basically, Montreal owned that period because of turnovers, in my opinion. Third period, pretty good period. Overall, missed the net like 15 times tonight at least. I think that's a number. Good opportunities, too. We got to hit the net on those opportunities. And the PP's got to come through for us, and it didn't. But I thought our goaltending was good, and, we got a point out of it.
They couldn't hit the broadside of a barn on Saturday night.
Yeah. What was your overview?
Yeah, still some bad habits. That second period was as bad as a lot of the second periods that we've seen, and it's
so
like,
bad.
just why? Why do they get caved in like that? Montreal should have put the game away in the second period. What was this shots on goal? 14-4 or something?
13-5 or 14-4 in that range.
It was just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And only because of Hildeby only because of Joseph Wall or Stolar's a lot earlier in the season on a game or two. But, I don't know what this is going to do now moving forward for Hildeby with his lack of experience and being asked to do it 48 hours later against now a Tampa Bay team. We'll get into Tampa Bay a little later, but it's a lot of weight.
Point and Kucherov return to the lineup tonight.
It's a lot of weight on Hildeby, and you like what you see. Big guy, seems to have some poise now, some confidence. Hopefully the shootout didn't bother him in terms of his confidence.
Yeah.
But
Can I ask you guys about that shootout?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one, Caulfield's he shoots it in the open net. He gave him a lot of net.
All he does is
Yeah,
but that's Caulfield. He scores.
yeah.
The Texier move, why do he doesn't even need to take the hand off the stick. The hand off the stick is total just an FU move. You could just do that with both hands.
I don't
on the stick.
think so.
You can't just do both hands on the
you
stick.
can't.
It's this
No.
one-hand shovel is a thing.
No,
it's a really effective move.
It's the goaltender watching the body, Sam, too, right?
But to me, he could have just done that with two hands
I
on the
guess
stick.
it's a harder, longer reach if he's also got his bottom hand on that, I feel like.
So nasty.
It's so nasty.
So nasty.
Yeah, but the cojones.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pocket in Canada, 18,000 people in the building.
It's pushing the puck in with one hand, which is faster than two hands.
Yeah,
That's what it
it's already
is.
moving towards the net. There's a reason they're sending this guy. He was a waiver claim, and they've sent him in 2 shootouts so far. He must be a specialist of sort. I'm not up on his career numbers, but got to be good.
At the end of the day, ballsy move.
Loved it. I got to tell you, I had the pre-scout on him. I've watched a lot of shootout highlights over my years. Love the shootout highlights. And he's done that move probably 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
And I said to Ali, he's going to go do this one-hand move, and he did it.
Yeah.
So that's what he likes to do.
Go to.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that Berube is becoming aware of now, the possession game is on their mind. They're talking about it. That second period is another one where they don't do the right little things. Good dumps, a connected breakout, a little chip support. They just don't do the things that lead to possession. I'm talking league worst. They're the bottom 3 in the league in a lot of these possession numbers. And they know it now. And they're trying to figure out what to do. But I'm trying to figure out how much of it is personnel, because they are without Marner, and they're without Kemp, and they're without Holmberg, and they're without these guys who did little possession-y things. And how much of it is Berube, because immediately after his arrival, the possession numbers went in the gutter. So I don't know which, cart, horse, that sort of thing. Can't tell.
Yeah, it just doesn't specifically. If you could do the second period possession, they had to be far and away the last team in the league.
I would imagine
they can't.
Where is this affecting even the big boys here? Because with
they're in the D zone.
All due respect here, Hildeby bailed them out. Scott Lawton bailed them out.
My favorite moment of the season.
Okay,
for sure.
Bailed them out.
Not even close.
Heat.
Not even close.
But Tavares, Nyes, and Austin. How many total shots on goal in that game?
Ooh, offhand, 2?
I was going to say under 3.
2.
Yeah.
2. No shows.
Didn't have it.
those are your big boys. And how does that affect, like, where they're, I don't know, sometimes it just looks like, I don't know, lack of interest. I don't know, but like they're just, I liked Austin's 3-on-3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looked like more of himself in 3-on-3, but
Maybe Willie should have passed it to him then.
Oh, that was gross.
But like for 60 minutes, these guys, like there was no puck possession. There was a lot of time in their own zone.
I'm trying to find it quick here because I saw it somewhere on the internet today. But Tavares, since they had to lean on him without Matthews, has been a different player. Like Matthews was gone, they said, "We need you. Play 22 minutes a night for 5 straight games," and he did, and he was great, and he gave him what he had. And since then,
I think he's lost his legs a little bit.
Totally.
yeah, Kip, I don't know if he has does he have a point since then? Like he hasn't scored since then.
He scored an empty netter. The one empty netter, he had the breakaway. I don't know where that was. Maybe one of the games. Maybe Florida. Florida was, I think, the empty netter.
Yeah, so Tavares is on pointless in 4 of 5. It has scored only once in the last 7 outings.
Was that against Florida? Empty netter?
I'm not sure.
Oh, here, I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Either way, the point stands, right? Like I don't know if that's the reason. I also know that over 82 games, you go through some bad stretches, ups and downs, whatever. It would be quite the coincidence, though.
As they say, water finds its mark, right?
Yeah.
Like he's level. He's, at the end of the day, he's a 80-point guy. He's been like the way his whole career, point a game kind of guy. So this season, he has his best start as a Leaf, maybe his best start of his career. I don't know. What was he on pace for? 105, 110 points. Everybody got excited.
He was smoking hot.
He was smoking hot.
He was.
But he's going to end up probably
78 points.
Between 70 and 80 points.
29 and 28 right now.
At his age, he's not hiding who he is his whole career.
Yeah. No, you're right. It's he is very effective.
And he'll get hot again. He will get hot again. We know.
He also works hard. Like that last game, you didn't like a lot of the guys disappear. Tavares, he's hounding pucks. He's chasing it down. He's working. So I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Willie, we're a 3-game pointless streak, first sort of stretch of the season. And not just pointless, like just wouldn't know he's playing the game. Like wouldn't know he's out there, which is really unusual, even if it's, he does something terrible or awesome or whatever, but he just kind of existed out there for me on Saturday.
Yeah, you rarely. He used to have these stretches a lot when he was younger. Like before he signed the long contract, when you'd have the real lightning rod conversations about him. He had these long stretches, weeks at a time. Maybe not weeks.
Yeah, they'd be 10 games long.
And you just wouldn't see him.
Yeah.
But this is an old school 3-gamer here where, I don't know what you guys thought of him on Saturday night, but the only time we really saw him was in overtime, and he wasn't very good in overtime. So I
can't believe he didn't give that puck to Matthews for a breakaway. Anyway.
But, this is the conversations we've had about him, where you've gotten mad at me and I've gotten mad at you, is that I'm completely willing to excuse his faults that he has, obviously, when he
and this would be one of them. This would be the week where you go, Willie's just Willie.
Let me finish. I'm very happy to exclude them. Talk when he's shooting in the net, when he's looking dangerous offensively. But when he's not doing that part of it, that's when the criticism comes in for me. Like, you have to have the offense if you're going to have the other side of it, and the offense hasn't been there for a little while now.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at on.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Kiefer smiling like it's not fair.
I just think, it's just, this is what we've been accustomed to probably for a very long time with Willie.
But you would say
he's engaged, he's all in, and then there's sometimes when it just looks like he's, for whatever reason, maybe he's not feeling 100% right now, but
I saw someone say that. It's like, it happens. You go through stretches.
He can look checked out at times.
Would you say that in the past couple of years, those inconsistencies have gone away a lot more than they used to be there? Like,
that might be fair to say. Yeah,
okay.
I think so. I think there's been at times a look of maturity for Willie, and the sense of you're older now. You're going to be asked to do more things in a leadership role. I think they've tried to nudge him towards a leadership role. He seems to have this, I don't know, at times maybe kind of gritty relationship with his coach, but at the end of the day, they know they need each other, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm Craig Berube, I mean, I'd probably start leaning on him a little bit more.
You know, you
right now.
had 3 kids, and did you battle at times with how much, like at the risk of them tuning you out, of being like, oh, like nattering, nagging, you know,
Yeah.
it's tough to find the line, right?
Yeah, I don't think I don't.
Willie's a
I don't
grown man
think you're
getting
far
paid,
off
though.
on the comparisons of parent, child, coach, player,
Like, it's like, come on, Willie, we know
kick
you
in the
can
butt
do
one
this.
kid, pat on the back the other.
Yeah.
Which one is which? How do you decide who needs what when?
Willie's people got coaches just throwing carrots and sticks at him. What do you want? What does it take?
Yeah.
No idea how to motivate
But
him.
just to go back to what you said earlier, I don't know why Willie didn't just
Pass.
Austin
Break
had 3 feet on the closest Montreal Canadian defender,
Right.
and all he
Just lay it
he
to
needed
space.
he needed
We have it? God.
a
Casey, you are
Texier
so
just
good.
one-handed push. All he needed to
lay it
do
over
was just
him.
push,
Oh
right?
my God.
And
It's so much worse watching.
I
forgot how bad it was.
Listen, I am now thinking, if I'm Austin right now, going back to that bench,
I was bagged. I didn't need to do that sprint if I wasn't getting the puck.
You don't even need to say anything to Willie. Just look at him and go, "Why?
Yeah.
Why? I'm ahead of you. Push it. I'm in."
I guess Willie's thinking it's a 2-0 and he could look him off and it'll help his chances.
I don't know if
scoring.
we can see it, and I know probably Austin's 30 or
Free
40
racket, Jake.
seconds into the shift.
Yeah.
But watch Austin when he doesn't get the puck. I don't know if we can play it again for those of you that are watching on TV, but it's almost as if Austin shut down.
Well, he was at the end of a long shift.
I know.
He was
He-
definitely
no,
going right to
It
the
was
bench.
about 45 seconds.
Yeah.
But at that point, if you still got 3 feet, I think
There you go.
if Austin kept going hard to the net, maybe there could have been I don't know. No, there's not much of a rebound, but it was almost. And then
Look how long he's got to skate.
he just
Right there.
laid in. But
Oh, and just a muffin shot.
Anyway.
That's hard to watch.
anyways,
Okay.
Tired brain.
I just
Tired brain.
I don't know if Willie's frustrated too on sometimes. I don't know who he plays with. Is he happy with his line mates? He's had a lot of Cowan lately, which is okay because Easton Cowan's going to be a heck of a player, but he's going to go through times when he looks good and when he looks like he's a rookie.
Yeah.
And we're going through a rookie stretch, right?
And we're going through a rookie stretch right now. So I don't know where he feels that frustration level's at. And the one thing about Willie is like, who's he? You'd say in the past 10 years, he's had the best chemistry with.
I can't give you a name.
See, but we
Tavares.
think Tavares.
But they played it
Right?
just because they played it.
Well, that's
circumstance.
And
nothing
it's-
about them makes me go, those two together.
no,
dynamic.
exactly. We're not going to remember the Tavares Nylander connection for
Tic-tac-toes all over
8
the-
years.
yeah.
Not exactly the
The
Sedins
two good
out there,
players
you know?
were on the ice together a lot.
But he doesn't have. He's never really had truly great chemistry with Austin either.
Yeah.
Right?
He did early.
Yeah.
First couple years.
First
they-
couple
But it's the
years.
same way where it's like they're two
Who does
good
he want to
players.
play with? Answer me that. Who? Like in a perfect world,
I
who is?
assume Austin. Given his druthers, he'd rather have the good
I'm
guy.
sure Austin feels that way after that overtime.
Probably not.
Give me Cowan. But the one thing I do want to say about the Leafs. So last game they get outplayed by Montreal. We agree. High danger chances in the game. Looks like last year it's like 12-10. I think one site had them like 8-8 at even strength. The game before, Carolina had 10 minutes more possession time than the Leafs. High danger chances were 14-12 or 14-13. Last year, this is what they did. The other team had the puck a lot, but the high danger chances were in check. The goaltender played good.
Mm-hmm.
They came out on top enough to win the division. This early in the year, they weren't back in those high danger battles like they are now. I don't know if it's good or bad, but this is how Berube had them going last year, where they just kind of, the other team had the puck a lot, but they didn't get a ton better chances than the Leafs ended up getting. I don't know if that's good, bad, or otherwise, but that is what I'm seeing in the numbers over 25 games.
I would say, especially during their winning streak, it looked a lot more like it did last year for me.
Yeah.
Just in terms of, like you said, They were better defending in their own zone,
Yeah.
less high danger stuff, more from the outside, shot volume, whatever.
Yeah.
Opponents have less time and space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? If they don't have the puck, they were on it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is anecdotal, but they've cut down the guys flying through the slot uninhibited
Right.
a lot more in the last
The
little while.
transition stuff's a little better. So I don't know. Maybe it's coming around a little bit. But yeah, power play is not coming around.
That's the biggest frustration.
What would a Toronto Tampa Bay game be without John Cooper, Kyper Clippers?
Well, I mean, we don't have to play. I don't think we have to talk about Pontus Holmberg before we talk about the power play. Because there's been everybody loves Pontus Holmberg.
We're beating a dead horse
But
here.
we got a beat at it here. It's killing.
Okay.
But you're 30th in the league.
Maybe we can bring it back to life. Beat it enough.
Yeah.
And it'll
They're 30th in the league,
reanimate.
and now they're going back to just the first thing they had at the start of the year.
You know, you guys are not going to want to hear what I have to say now.
But that's the right call.
Okay.
That's what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The underlying numbers.
Ah.
They didn't score early in the year, but that, of all the things they've tried, this has been their most effective. It has not been effective. It has definitively been their most effective.
Do we have Craig Berube on the power
we
play?
have multiple. Okay, so do you want one fresh off the game on Saturday night, his feelings? And then we'll go to today. Let's play the first one, clip 2. Sorry, go ahead.
You know, right now, what I see when I watch it is, you know, they're unsure of themselves, a little bit. And we're not that in particular, the power play in the second period, moved it well. We don't take a shot. We don't, you know what I mean? The shots are there. We're not taking them. Then when, we do take a shot, it's probably the wrong time. It's just they're not feeling too good about themselves out there. Obviously, they're not seeing it right now, so got to work through it. That's all you can do. We got to work through it and try to create some chemistry here.
They're not seeing it reminds me of putting, where you're just like, sometimes you just not seeing it. Sometimes you see the line every time you step up there.
Well,
they're not seeing it to the net right now.
They're going out there expecting not to score, it feels like. They know it sucks. We know it sucks. The coaches know it's just it's the yips. They have the yips. It's yipping hard.
Shanking
everyone when they're pulling up to watch somebody chip and they know they have the yips, you're like, oh Jesus.
Frankie Borelli.
It's like, here we go. Oh God, this is gonna
Sorry,
suck.
Frankie, I love you.
When you've needed the power play in the most critical times in the past 5 years,
But
they've had the
year it's
yips
killed them.
for 5 years.
But this year specifically, they've had nothing.
Well, hold on. What do you mean they've had the yips for 5 years?
The power play when you've needed it the most in the
they
most
needed it
critical
the most.
times
Well, the playoffs,
over the
definitely.
last 5 seasons have had the yips.
Yeah. Was it round 1 of last year that they
Really
were
good.
good?
They're really good last year, and they're really good. The 2 years they won playoff series, their power play was
That's a
really
remarkable coincidence. How that fell in line.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, it's just I think it has been an ongoing struggle, and I don't know. Is it Mark Savard? Is that his baby? Is he the guy?
Everyone wants to blame Savvy, but the head coach has to take some blame in it too. Like, it's not just the assistant coach.
I am interested to hear, because Berube had something on the power play. At some point, people are, you're hearing, okay, can we do 2 units?
We talked about it on Saturday.
Okay.
Has Max Domi had any looks on the power play?
Second for 25 seconds.
So how about just starting him somewhere with the big boys?
I'd be all in on putting a couple passers out there. Maybe have Domi and Michelli on out with Nylander and Matthews, so a couple guys can pass. I don't know.
Michelli.
Pass it from the
he
press
plays for
box.
the Leafs.
Pass it from the press box.
Elevated sauce.
Chuck a puck.
But
Kip, they got 2 passers on the hockey club. They're the names that came to mind.
There has to be a level of sometimes taking your big boys off on the first unit and just.
Okay, how about Cowan and Domi?
But they've tried Cowan, and he made 2 or 3 huge mistakes in the third period on that power play that cost them ozone time.
Dying to think of another passer. Who else did you call a passer?
Oh, I mean, if we're looking for that, we're going to be searching. But it's just Domi. Just put Domi in the top unit. You're putting him on the top line. If you put him on the top line, try him on the top unit. I don't know. You want to hear the 2?
Yes.
Clip? Let's.
Domi's going to sauce one over 3 sticks and
Yep.
then have it get
Totally,
knocked down,
and it's
and I'm
gonna
going to have an aneurysm.
Just as mad.
Yeah.
Let's go to the second one. Which clip is that? Clip 6, please, Derek.
It obviously comes up for sure. I went back to this unit looking at some video and going back to some numbers and stuff early on in the year. These guys were actually pretty good, and they created a lot of opportunities. Didn't go in the net, and a lot of times doesn't go in the net. You make changes and go from there. So that was my reasoning for that. But what you brought up is a valid point, and I've definitely thought about it.
They go 1 for 3, you win the hockey game, right?
Yeah.
Like they were just dying for a power play goal. That's, what was it, 5
And
minutes
to the
left?
point, it's like they're worried about being embarrassed more than they are thinking about scoring a goal.
Yeah.
Can we just get set up and move it around and look like we have some sort of plan?
Yeah, it's a concern. It's a concern. Like, I actually think they're in 30th. How many points in the standings has their power play cost them this year?
Yeah, I mean, if they're 20% or whatever they usually are,
4 to
that's
4
probably
points.
I was going to
an
say
extra-
4 to 5 points. They
And do you
probably
know where 4 to 5 points would
First
get you in the
place.
division? That's the place.
first place.
You'd be in first. They're 4 points behind Tampa right now.
That's
Which
crazy.
is insane, considering how bad.
What a crappy division. Thank God for the Atlantic. Praise be.
I think Tampa's lost 3 in a row, right? 3 in a row, yeah.
Florida, Ottawa, and Toronto, like sniffing the basement.
They're all tied at 30 points, Florida, Ottawa, Toronto. And they're all, I mean, Buffalo could catch them in a weekend for
here we
last.
go.
Not to mention they could catch, any of them could win a couple of games and be in first. So.
The Sabres just never going to happen.
I mean, Buffalo, the division could not be worse. If you can't do it now,
Oh, man.
what are you doing?
Every year, it's just last place.
Have some pride, for God's sake.
Last place again.
You're watching team after team bottom out and bounce back, bottom out and bounce back. Get a dead cat bounce one year.
All right, now you want to talk about Holmberg there, Kip, your boy?
All right, we good?
Well, yeah, I guess.
You want? Did we give Hildeby his quote
Love when you call him
from
Hillbilly.
Hillbilly?
Hillbilly?
Wait, what did he say?
No, I don't know. You have a.
I gotta tell you,
I
I
don't
don't
think
care.
we'd play
I don't-
Berube on
What's he
him.
gonna say? He played good.
No.
No, the 7. Clip 7 is a good
Yeah.
clip on Hildeby.
Yeah, I want to hear
Clip
it.
7. Clip 7.
He seems really good. I mean, he's got a really good head on his shoulders. He's a very prepared guy. You know, he seems like he's the first guy at the rink every day, and he's preparing. So I think he's prepared. He's done a real good job. His work ethic has really gone up this year in practice, and you know, he's gotten some real good coaching from our goalie coach. So he seems really confident and good.
Hillbilly.
By the way, his NHL salary is $841,000. He makes $350 in the minors. So yeah, I'd work hard too for double pay.
I just think that there's a lot of people are going to be looking for things to trade if the Leafs are in a playoff picture here.
Is Kip's named a lot of people?
A lot of people are going to be looking at assets that you can fit. I would just be careful trading the Hildebeest. That's it. I don't know if he's necessarily great. I don't know what his future is going to
Yeah.
be. But what is he?
It all depends.
This is going to burn me.
He's a
This is gonna
6
burn
foot.
me.
He's a 6'7"
It's
24-year-old goalie.
I'll say it. Not afraid to trade him.
Yeah, I am.
Not afraid. I'm not afraid of Hildeby
I
becoming
see a
star.
team desperate for assets,
Really?
and
You don't see that.
I don't see it.
you are married to 4-year deals and 3-year deals left.
Well, maybe start thinking about a
Right?
divorce.
He just signed Stolars,
Yeah, and then
and
he
I-
disappeared.
I wrote my article last week in the Toronto Star on
You
needed,
did this, by the way.
You! It was you!
Trade them. We have too many good goalies. Both of them.
It was,
Acting
it
on
was
the
on the
bench.
premise that everybody came back and got healthy, okay? Which
Quite
was
the premise.
apparently a pipe dream,
Hold on. I put it
okay? A pipe dream.
Yeah.
Could you, Derek, could you please play the Berube clip 12 update on Anthony Stolars? Could you please
There's
play that?
actually not right now. No, he's still not on the ice, so I don't, you know, I'm not sure yet where he's at.
Okay, there. That was just the latest update.
Is that Kiefer on Freddie Anderson?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm just getting.
Like this is now really into a area of like can he save a season?
His season, eh?
Yeah. I don't know. And when I say save his season, I mean even to come back and and get to the place where we were all expecting him to be
Like a 9,
the
10.
number one goalie for the Toronto Maple Leafs, or, slightly ahead of Joseph Wall. And it's like, what kind of work does he have to put into getting to that spot again? And,
it's not close, right? He's not on the ice.
He's not on the ice.
Put the work in.
So, like,
That's not for today.
an appearance in a game before Christmas is like
Oh my
Before
Christmas.
Christmas.
after
Christmas
Christmas,
is tomorrow.
New Year's,
Yeah.
When's Chinese New Year?
Lunar New Year.
March.
I don't know. November 11th, he played the first period of the Boston Bruins game, led him 3 goals. Hasn't been seen since.
All right.
And Wall is a week.
It's a week. A very confident week. They have stated definitively a
So
week.
he said that
That should be Saturday night.
yesterday or on Saturday.
To me, a week for a normal goalie is fine. For Joseph Wall,
You don't believe it.
I have a tough time.
Do you believe it?
I'll have a tough time thinking he's going to be ready in a week.
I don't know what to think.
I don't believe you.
And I would protect him more because of his history and, who he is.
Yeah.
To me, that's not a week, but
So can we get
maybe they know more.
Archer's Akhtiamov in for a game here? Double A?
Did you see him on the bench? He is a child.
You know what he looked
He
like?
is a youth.
He looked like Big Bracco. He looked like a tall Jeremy Bracco to me.
Like my nephew, who is in university, looks older than him. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, that guy is
but
young.
this is just a product of you getting older.
Definitely.
This is players in the league are now young.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Anyway, we should break.
Oh, actually, before we go, we just got to talk one more moment about that slap shot on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Did you see the video
I did.
compilation?
I did. I knew he had that in the arsenal, but I didn't know he was going to crack it out.
He's done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put out a tweet with 3 of them that I remember.
The one on Philly is the most ferocious bar down I think I've ever seen. Like he just,
I think the one that didn't go in
was
against
amazing.
Carolina is just as heavy.
He shot it. I put the stat in here.
Yeah, it's like 80 miles per hour.
80 miles an hour. But when it comes from the hash marks,
Yeah,
it's
the
hard to
forward
stop.
tees.
What I really do think that this is an excellent way to score.
Well,
If you've been watching him
Let's
in the
name
last
some
little
guys.
while, he's
confident.
sniffing for that shorthanded goal.
Yeah, well, it's good
Like,
because
he's-
they used to
he's a
have that
threat.
with Mikheyev
Yeah.
and Engvall.
No,
and
he's
Marner and,
always got the threat, and he's a good enough skater that if you make just a slight mistake, if you turn the wrong way, you're looking at -1 on the power play, and
So
that's
let's-
what happened to Montreal.
Let's name some guys. Who do you remember taking slap shots on breakaways in the NHL?
Malkin.
Oh, buddy.
The Malkin one is the all-time
He
best.
got, I think
No.
it was Mike Richards, the guy that hammered him behind the net,
Yeah.
and then he was
I'm gonna-
cherry picking.
I'm going to date myself,
play.
but
Yeah.
Steve Larmer
Steve
in
Larmer
Chicago.
is way up there for mentions
New
on
York
my...
Rangers, I think against Eddie Belfour.
Rolston,
Rolston's the one I remember, but
Vanek.
Thomas Vanek was
Yeah.
really good too.
and he brought in the fake clapper into his arsenal, like the really
Yes,
hard
and
fake
did he
clapper.
step past?
Yeah. I think it's awesome, and I just think that I don't know if you could ever feel better than how Scott Lawton felt in that moment.
Must be like
right
hitting
there.
a home run or something.
Honestly.
I had someone, the worst tweet I've ever received, the actually worst reply, if you're listening, it was the worst reply I've ever said. Someone said, that should be illegal.
Illegal.
And it's like, what do you mean it should be illegal? Like,
Because he hit it in
on
the
what
net as hard
premise?
as he possibly can.
Shouldn't be allowed to shoot it hard.
That is the worst
You know
I've ever seen.
how many guys have tried it and
Yeah.
shot it into the crest?
What's the success rate of that? 4? Like,
No, I feel like,
We'd
I just
see a
don't think
lot
anyone
more of them
tries
in
it.
shootouts if it was that successful.
for sure.
but why isn't it more successful?
I think that it's very simple, right? Like you have to hit your spot with a hard slap shot.
Yeah, you got to
Goalies are big and
elevate
square.
fast.
You got to hit a tight pocket with a skating full speed clapper. That is a hard shot to execute.
Yeah, you're right.
It's
So
just-
maybe, but if guys tried it more, it would probably have a higher
I would
success
agree
It
rate.
with
depends on
I
how
would agree.
quick you can sell it too. Once the stick goes above the hip, like the goalies are out.
yeah.
Right?
I also think part of the value is goalies don't think you're really going to do it.
It's
Like I think
no
they're
way.
winding up and they're like, "This is a pump fake." And
Dobish loves playing the Leafs. He said after the game, loves playing the Leafs.
that's
I bet because he gets 10
they
shots
should
a game.
fall on them each time they play, but they shouldn't.
All right,
say
we'll
that.
take a
That's
quick
not
break
nice.
here. When we return, John Cooper, our Sammy's favorite
Yeah.
clip
I got one-
after clip.
We got one for the
after
national
clip.
hour too from him.
It's not personal.
All right, the Leafs and Tampa Bay tonight. More from Real Kyper and Bourne when we return. Welcome back to the program. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Lineup changes tonight for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Guess who's out?
Out again.
That poor guy, Nick Robertson.
I don't even say.
Every time it kind of looks like he's in, they pull him out.
He's the opposite Godfather. He's the reverse Godfather. Just when you think you're in.
I think it's a little stupid.
Pulling him out?
Yeah, I do.
But he's, I saw some.
The bottom six has been good. It's fine. Like, that's the reason they've won games.
He's got an assist in 7 games.
He scored 2.
He's got 1 goal.
Yeah,
that's a strong. He has 1 point and it's a goal over 7 games.
It's just so easy.
But, Calle Yarncroc is going to be the difference.
No, but he's not above getting pulled out. Like,
I listen. I know this is a very shocking defense of me of Nick Robertson. I've never been his biggest fan, but at this point, just let the guy play 10 minutes a night on the 4th line.
For who? Because if he's not top 6, then you're not using him right? Like, he can get points and contribute in the top 6. He's not top 6 for Craig Berube.
Well,
so
what happened when they put him in the top 6?
He did good.
He lit it up.
Berube doesn't want him there. Doesn't want him there.
Let's go to Craig Berube on his thoughts on taking Nick Robertson out for Yarncroc.
Just more penalty killing for me. It's a good PP over there. We know that. And I just wanted an extra killer in tonight. And that line, with Lawton, Lorenz, and Yarncroc it's a good checking line for us, too. We'll need that.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I could
Penalty killer.
Yarncroc is going to check more than Robertson.
I
love that player. I love the guy.
Yarncroc?
The Montreal Canadiens, by the way, have a way better power play this year than Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
So if the
Although
justification,
Tampa just got back.
sure, but if the justification was you wanted more penalty killers, then why isn't Yarncroc playing Saturday night?
Yeah.
Like the power play, the penalty kill has been one of their, it's been one of the bright spots. Here
I think at some point they look to get a guy back in the lineup, and maybe it's less about Robertson himself than who would be the guy to come out if it's not Robertson.
No one.
Just keep Yarncroc out. Yeah.
Yarncroc and Michelli out. I don't know. I don't really want to sit here and die on the hill of the 4th line winger, but
It would have been McMahon maybe a week and a half ago. It would have been.
That line's been good.
Yeah. Domi's come out. He's been a lot better since coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot more engaged.
Yep.
Unless you want to make a statement with one of your big boys, you're limited there.
You're limited. If you want to get the guy back in, I don't know. Yeah, it is shuffling deck chairs, but you kind of want to keep everyone happy.
Fair enough.
Poor Nick Robertson, though. It is like
guaranteed goal
he has to
Thursday
be
against the Sharks, by the way.
He has to be like, let me do the math. I play in the top 6, I get a bunch of points and goals, and I play good and you like me.
Uh-huh.
I don't play there and get no opportunity with guys who don't get points, and I don't produce. And then you healthy scratch me for not producing.
I think I put a clip in here. Yeah. Play clip 9, please, Derek, on Nick Robertson.
Where are you at with Robertson's game?
Well, it's dropped off, and I talked to Nicky this morning, and, some of it's, ice time, obviously, and he was playing in the top 6, and he was doing a good job, and then things, you make changes, but I have all the confidence that he'll get it back, to me, he's lost a little bit of his jump and his tenacity he plays with, but at the same time, that's a little bit ice time and getting the opportunity too.
That could have been a clip from any time the last 4 years.
But I disagree with that because he never got the ice time that he did.
Right.
And when he was good.
Okay, important things to talk.
Something that we haven't really looked at.
Important things to talk about for tonight. Mermis in over Myers. Or the Tampa Bay Lightning. We can talk about them. They're probably more interesting. Talk about Tampa Bay.
Just quickly, I sent you the tweet about the chances with Mermis. No, sorry, with Myers. And Benoit. This is from Matthew's fan on Twitter. Myers Benoit over the past 3 games. Chances are 8-47. Shots they've had 2, 4, and 17 against. 3 goals for, 19 against, and their expected goals are 29%. Like they've been getting absolutely caved in.
Yeah, and you know how bad Myers has to be for a right-handed shot to come out.
Right. Yeah.
I think
it's
this
quite
may
the
be-
statement, isn't it?
Maybe the last
Myers go.
straw here
Yeah.
at some point. Anyways, we can talk about the Lightning.
Mermis, he's been very good for them when he's been in, so that's good.
Okay,
Okay,
talk
what
about
do
your boy Pontus.
we make out of Tampa Bay here? Because this is a team that got off to a bad start, then got hot, and obviously are still
really
floating at the top of the division. But
Now lost 3 in a row.
is this a team hanging on here? And Vasilevsky is out.
Vasilevsky's out, but who's in? Point and Kucherov that
Yeah.
were out?
Yeah.
Pretty big additions. So
But to me, this is still a really good team that has been marred in inconsistency, I think, with Vasilevsky for the better part of, a year and a half, 2 years since he's come back from surgery. Like,
he's been good this year by and large.
yeah.
Has he not?
He's just not the same
Yeah.
reliable kind of guy that we've been accustomed to.
Yeah.
Often regarded as the best goalie in the league.
I mean, him being out is not a bad thing for the Leafs. The Leafs have hung a number of goals on Johansson before.
He's been good this year, though.
Yeah, he has been.
Yeah.
He in his.
But he's breaking down, boys.
No, I meant the
Johansson.
backup.
Oh,
the
Johansson.
backup.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
backup. Mike Kelly on Twitter sent out that I think he's of his 9 starts, 8 of them have been a quality start so far. So he's a decent backup, but the Leafs have definitely lit him up a little bit in the past.
Tonight, Hagel, Cirelli, Kucherov, Gensel, Point, Paul, Holmberg, Gord, Gergensons, Gonsalves, Finley, Bjorkstrand. All right.
Is this the time we talk about your boy Pontus?
Sure.
Here's the thing.
Listen to this.
John Cooper is a big fan, apparently.
Well, we've just been saying, like, the Leafs haven't been as defensively responsible. Their possession numbers aren't as good, and it's no Marner, no Kemp. And then I forgot about Holmberg. Holmberg actually always had good numbers, and I think Cooper appreciates that.
Yeah, let's play the Cooper on.
I love that kid, and he.
There's a new drop.
The puck, first his strength on his skates, and the puck, he protects it like you can't take it from him, and so when you need to kill another team's momentum, just put it on his stick, and he'll do it all by himself. But he's a competitor. He's big. He's strong. And, he's a foundation of a really good line for us that may not score every single night, but they can tilt the ice, and he's a big part of it.
Yeah, they definitely don't score every single night. He has 1 goal. So let's not get a little too horned up.
That was a direct shot at the Leafs.
I love that
He
player.
knows how
I
bad
love
their
the
possession
guy.
numbers are, and he goes, if you need to kill another team's momentum, just give it to that guy. They tilt the ice.
He plays with a broom ball stick. He beats it to a square every night.
Yeah, but it's square in the other team's corner, not your own
I,
crease.
for the life of me, did not understand
You were always pro Pontus.
taking this guy and walking him to the curb
For nothing.
for nothing. For nothing.
he said, I was ready to come back, but something happened. Dun, dun, dun.
I do think that's
Yeah,
quite
you
the
know what
line.
happened.
He left.
They didn't qualify him.
Yeah, they cut him.
They cut him.
They
So
cut him.
he was ready to come back to the Leafs, and they just didn't even
No.
even at
No qualifying offer. Just walk him out the door. I don't
and then you
underst-
let Kemp go.
I
Both
don't
centers,
understand. I
right?
don't understand how you can put that much time and effort into bringing someone that far, and then decide that he's worthless to you.
That's when you got to step up as an organization and say, other team has put this much into this guy, brought him along. Let's get him while he's 26, 27, get his peak, and then see you later.
So how many more games have the Leafs won this year with Pontus Holmberg in the lineup?
One?
I think that's even strong. He's fine. He's fine.
I don't know. They could
You
have
want-
used
you
one
want,
better play on
Dakota
Saturday.
Joshua
One
over-
better play.
Yes.
Pontus Holmberg.
100% yes. No question. Maybe Michelli.
Michelli?
You could talk me into Michelli.
Lawrence?
No. No, you can talk me into
Joshua's
Yarn Croak?
way better than Pontus Holmberg.
Yeah.
I don't know
Agree.
about the way better.
I'll say that the ceiling for Joshua in every facet is higher. I think Pontus on a night-to-night basis was just so reliable. Joshua, you got no idea if he's there or not that night.
Fourth line left wing, that's been, Yarn Croc or whatever. You could talk me into that as well.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm not too broken up about it,
Yeah.
as you could probably tell.
The coach loves them.
Loves them.
He said,
Loves
too, we
them.
don't have this quote, but he said that the boys had a rookie party.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Holmberg was MVP. He said the boys love him. His English has gotten better. He's just a great fit.
Yeah,
I love that kid.
He walks Coop's dog every day. Just the sun shines brighter.
Buddy,
when
whatever it
Pontus
takes
is
to stay in the
around.
lineup.
Oh, my
Nick
God.
Robertson ain't walking
Oh, no.
Ruby's dog.
That's for sure.
Pontus
That's the
Holmberg's
problem.
first in the Atlantic every year. That's all I know.
Oh,
This
my
guy can't
God.
miss.
You guys, so I guess maybe we'll talk about this more in the national hour, but did you see the USA?
No, I saw it, but I didn't watch it. I have a really tough time. Like,
You have a strong gag reflex on cringe.
I just,
Yeah, me too.
there's just some of, like, I just pass. I'd rather not watch it.
Anything where they make the players say anything, it's not going to go good.
Remotely that looks like you're acting to me, I cannot. And I shouldn't say this because I did it when I was like 30. I used to do those things for Sportsnet. Like, I did a few of them.
Yeah.
I get it. You know, it's like, look at me, look at me, look at me.
No, it's like pay me, pay me, pay me. That's
No,
what you're
you don't
doing.
get-
You
you
weren't
don't
doing
get
it for
paid for that.
attention.
You know, yeah. Well,
Oh, you did.
you didn't get paid to do it,
Sure
but
about that?
it brought you attention to one day get paid. I
Okay,
think.
okay,
now
okay,
we're
okay,
talking, now we're talking.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just where I'm at my age. That's
Gotcha.
all.
Well-
I'm sure it's very entertaining for
It
a
was
lot
fun.
of people.
I got no problem with it.
Here's what I'll say though. Cooper this morning, like I think he did 10 minutes with the media. So he gets to come here and he just everybody's eating out of the
But
palm of his hand.
Yeah, because he's smart and
Yeah,
funny. It's
yeah,
not complicated.
In 10 minutes in Tampa is stretched over a month.
Yeah, it's one guy talking. It's Erlinson talking to him for 10 minutes. That's what it is.
Andrew Lou,
Right?
Look what else they got there.
But he got asked a ton about the Olympic stuff. Like it was like more about the Olympics than it was about the matchup tonight, I would say.
Did you get a couple of Olympic
Nah, I mean,
clips?
He talked about the rink size and nothing really
Hey,
groundbreaking.
Did he ask him, like, I know Point was named to the Olympic team, but that guy has not been Braden Point like at
He'll be
all season.
Here's my take on that. Braden Point will be fine, I think.
Just fine.
Tonight, will he be fine?
Hope not. Did you want? Well, maybe we'll save it for the national hour. We'll save it for the national
Yeah, because I'm going to watch it. I'm going to force myself to
okay,
watch
good,
it
Good.
between breaks here.
Good. So what's your feel going into this game tonight? What do you expect?
Yeah, the Leafs have to. They can't afford to have a second period like they did Saturday night,
Mm-hmm.
but
They have one of those every night.
they should be able to kind of stop the bleeding a little bit from Saturday night in terms of consistency.
Why don't we listen to Berube there, clip 10, and
On
get his
Tampa?
take on Tampa if we can. His thoughts.
Yeah, it's same thing. A lot of injuries, but their game. They got some elite players. We all know that they got that core there still with their goalie too. But they're a very good rush team. That we all know they can make plays and they're dynamic. Power play can be dynamic. So we're going to have to be disciplined, but we're going to have to do a good job with our PK tonight. We're going to have to do a good job against their skilled forwards tonight, and Hedman's back too. So it's a challenge.
Before we go, boys, who wants to win a bunch of cash while doing the best thing this holiday season? Sportsnet 590 The Fan is all in supporting the 50-50 fortune for sick kids. It's a 50-50, so the more money we raise, the more kids we can help, and the more holiday cash you can win. The current take-home prize is over $330,000, boys. Buy your tickets at 5050fortune.ca or text the word money to 590 to 590, and we'll send the link right to your phone. 18 plus. Please play responsibly. Standard message and data rates may apply. Lottery license RAF 1518410.
Beautiful. Great read.
I think Leafs win tonight.
There you go.
I do.
They got to get to this goalie.
I like their odds. They don't have Chernak. They don't have McDonough. They got a backup goalie in net. Maybe they can play a little bit more on Tampa's end. Maybe.
That'd be nice.
Tampa Bay and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Puck drop, 7:30, 7:40, a little late.
Yeah, a little late tonight. 7:49 I saw. Nick Alberga tweet.
Wow, that's late.
Nice. I like to get home in time, make dinner, relax a little bit before the game starts. Nice.
I gotta watch the kid tonight. They got another one. Back at the rink.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know.
Plenty more still on the Real Kyper Bourne show.
Al Arbor over here.
We go national next. Vancouver Canucks coverage.
Oh boy.
Out of the gate. Quinn Hughes out of the gate. Elliott really stirred it up Saturday night. We'll get into that with Iain MacIntyre. Sportsnet.ca's very own. Welcome into our national edition of the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. We are live on Sportsnet 650 in Vancouver, especially 650 in Vancouver after this weekend.
What up, Van City?
960 in Calgary and streaming always on Sportsnet Plus. If you miss our show, catch it at your earliest convenience on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. This hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, and our very own Sammy McKee. Iain MacIntyre is going to join us just to talk about that very subject of the Vancouver Canucks and Quinn Hughes.
Star of a new commercial.
You know, we just watched the John Hamm Team USA commercial for the Olympics for the hockey
this is
club.
for NBC, correct?
Yeah.
Who
We
are
don't have
the
the audio. eh?
I don't think.
American
I don't know if we were allowed to.
broadcasters.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I
like,
don't know if we were allowed to do that.
they're all cheesy. Why do you guys have like your surprise face on that
What do you
it's
mean they're
as
all-
cheesy as we thought it would probably be?
I mean, I this is a heck of a zag, Kip. I watched that commercial. It's awkward and weird. That's all. I don't, it's not.
But it's not
deeper
like
than that.
You expect something else?
No, but if something is bad and I watch it and it's bad, I don't say it's good. You know, like it still made me very uncomfortable.
There's two parts of it that I love, that they're using the biggest stars and focusing on the fighting that won't happen in the Olympics as part of
Which
the
you're not
job.
allowed to do
Yeah.
in the Olympics.
But
But they don't care.
I do,
Whatever they can to sell.
I do love the little brother aspect of American hockey towards Canadian hockey.
Mm-hmm.
That they built their whole advertising campaign for not around winning a gold medal, around Canadian tears. Like if we beat them, sure, great. I don't care about that.
It's
What
a
I want is the
compliment.
gold medal. That's
Yeah.
what I care about. And they're like, Canadian tears. It's like, oh God,
It's
really?
just, it's awkward because
That's
John Hamm isn't in the
cringe.
room with them and it's stitched
Ugh.
together awkwardly. The players do as good a job as you can do with here.
Sure.
Say these two words. It's tough to do.
More just like
I'm terrible at it myself.
building the whole thing around that. Like, come on.
Listen, we're
We
down
got Cooper on it, don't
to
we?
Oh, we do, yeah. Do you want to do it right now?
you gotta hope if you're NBC or Sportsnet, TSN. I don't know who else is involved. CBC maybe.
Everybody.
I don't know. Everybody's involved.
It's a consortium of sorts.
Okay. Canada versus USA. That's the only money game out there.
Yeah, I think everyone hopes for it. But like, if we win a gold medal and we don't have to beat the States, it's not going to change my happiness.
Mhm.
But if I think it feels like it's the other way around, it would.
Okay, let's listen to John.
Oh, you want to
Cooper.
listen to it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Let's listen to it. Yeah, it's a good clip. Let's listen to it.
So funny you say that. I think I saw it at dinner last night, like over somebody's shoulder, thinking, "What is that?" And then it was an Olympic commercial, right? Yes. Yeah. So have I heard it? No, but I did see like a clip of it.
Would you like to hear it?
Well, not right now. Plus, John's a friend, so now I gotta find out what he's.
They're going to come back with Canadian tears, I think. That was the. Is that the medal? Or
That's the line. You know, if it brings more eyes to the sets, that's a good thing. But here's the thing: how many times is Canada going to play the U.S.? Potentially zero. One at the most. So the tournament for me is about them as one of the 11 other teams we got to beat. And so I think it's probably easy to put a lot of thought into like Canada versus U.S. We may never even play each other.
I got him right up there with Switzerland, Latvia, just
Good.
another opponent.
That is so good. The most Canadian.
You see, he loves Coop. Now Coop's on his team.
Now that we're in national hour, like Cooper. Love you,
Leaf
Coop.
edition.
Love you, Coop.
Hate you.
When he's the coach of the Lightning, coach of Canada, love you. God, I'd kill for him to be the Leafs coach. Oh my God.
Good. We're closing in.
Coop to the Leafs?
No. We're closing in towards the Olympics.
Oh my
I thought you were
God.
breaking a
We're-
massive.
We're closing in on the excitement
My heart
of the,
fluttered there for a
the
second.
Olympics.
If you were running the Leafs, would you trade a first for
Yes.
Cooper?
2028 first. I'll even throw in.
They don't
Savvy.
play, you know. Coaches don't play, right? They can't step on the ice.
No, but they can make a difference on the outcome. And that matters. So tell us why we're talking about the Canucks today, Kip.
Because Elliott, of course, Saturday night stirred it up with the name Quinn Hughes.
What'd he say?
I don't know, that they were talking, I guess, and that was enough to excite everybody.
And Sam, why are you excited about it?
I just think it's awesome. I think that this is much like you talked about off the top of our show, with no player movement, with no anything. It's like this is one of the best players in the league that's potentially going to get traded.
We cling to everything now.
So was it something like they said there was a call?
Yeah.
And then he called him Hughes called him Fitzy, the GM of the Devils, which everyone calls.
You know who has better insight on this than
Fitzy.
us? Iain MacIntyre does terrific coverage on the Vancouver Canucks and, of course, Sportsnet.ca since 1991.
Yes, sir.
Iain, how are you, my friend?
Good. You know, I was about 8 years old when I started covering the NHL. Right?
Wildly successful at a young age.
Yeah.
I was a child prodigy, and I never outgrew it.
Listen, I don't want to take away anything from Elliott Friedman Saturday night, but it did create a huge wave here. But are we that surprised that if there's been talk with Vancouver Canucks, Jimmy Rutherford with other clubs, that Quinn Hughes' name eventually does get brought up?
No, I mean, pragmatically, and you guys know how this works. I mean, Jim Rutherford was talking as long as 2 years ago about what the Canucks need to do within the framework of Quinn Hughes's contract. Like, that was the window, and everything that they were doing was about while Quinn Hughes is still here and available to them. And certainly last season, this became something that, you know, I, among others, talked to Quinn about, you know, what do you want to do? How is this going to go? How hard is it going to be? Of course, Quinn said he can handle the noise, and that is being tested right now. Can he handle the noise? But my point is, there's been this issue out there for a while, and really, whether it's the New Jersey Devils, whether it's Detroit, whether it's any number of these young up-and-coming teams that don't yet have a stud defenseman, they wouldn't really be doing their due diligence had they not reached out to Vancouver. And obviously, this is a special situation between the Canucks and Devils because Quinn's brothers play for the New Jersey Devils. They don't play anywhere else. And so I think it, you know, naturally, there's been some discussion. I mean, if nothing else, wouldn't Tom Fitzgerald, I mean, Fitzy to his friends,
of course.
Wouldn't he have called the Canucks at the end of last season when Jim Rutherford said in his year-end press conference that this team has to do everything they can to keep Quinn, and Rutherford joked then that maybe the Canucks should try and get Jack and Luke and make it work that way. So this has been out there for a while. I think there's been a lot of contact with a number of teams. I can't tell you what that number would be, but I think a bunch of people have been in touch with the Canucks about what they plan to do with Quinn and when that might happen.
Iain, you referenced it. It really struck a nerve with, I think, a lot of Vancouver Canuck fans when Quinn Hughes referenced the general manager of the New Jersey Devils, Tom Fitzgerald, as Fitzy.
Everyone calls him Fitzy.
Right? I mean,
yeah.
Is this what happens when you aren't in a playoff contention, that you just grasp at straws on something like that? Or what are your thoughts?
Well, I'll say this. It did strike me right away. Oh, they're cozy. They're familiar. But so I asked a couple of people, and they said that he is, in fact, called Fitzy by just about everybody in the NHL. So I'm trying not to read too much into that, but it sounded like there was a familiarity there. And look, it's, you know, there are 2/3 of the brothers in New Jersey. We know that, you know, off season, sometimes in season, even last year during the Four Nations break, which Quinn wasn't a part of because he was injured. We know that he goes and sees his brothers, and he goes to New York, the New York area. And wouldn't surprise me if there have been introductions made, and he does know Fitzgerald, but it did sound really cozy to the Vancouver audience that he was calling him Fitzy.
As this gets more real, and I'd love to get your take on just how real we're talking here. Looking at the Canucks, they lose a hockey game in the next day or two, they can be dead last in the West. Like, they didn't set out to do this, but is it such a bad thing at this point to say we got to tear it down? Because even if we have Quinn Hughes, we're kind of at the bottom of the standings.
Yeah, well, that's the debate that's been raging for a month now. I did a sit-down interview with Jim Rutherford where he said basically he's not interested in a rebuild, and he says that they can work, but they take a lot of time and you have to get lucky, which I think is true as far as the draft goes. He made the point that if you're going to rebuild and win a cup, you pretty much need to get a first overall or get a generational type player, and of course that takes some luck, because it's not just good enough to be bad. You got to be awful. And then even then you have to not get crushed by the draft lottery, which is a little more favorable than it was a couple of years ago to the worst teams. But he has expressed, he uses the word transition, that he believes the Canucks are in transition since the JT Miller trade, and that they had a plan and were on a certain trajectory when they had JT. And when they made that trade, knowing that they couldn't replace him and what he meant to the team and his impact on the lineup, that since that point they've been in transition. But the transition is to try to continue to add good young players, their own, but also from outside the organization. And I even asked Jim, and of course things change, but I asked Jim a month ago, well, will your future and how you get to whatever comes next be determined by what Quinn Hughes wants to do? And he said no, that even if it ends up that Quinn is leaving, they still have a lot of players that they like who are still in their prime. They're in their 20s. He said it's not a team with a bunch of guys in their 30s who are already aging out. And they believe, management does, that they can kind of upgrade on the fly and retool or transition, to use their word, and be a very good team that way. There's a lot of people in the market who would rather just see the tear down to the studs and try and start over. But as we know that that's complicated too, because almost all the senior players that they have on this team who are on long-term contracts, they've got trade protection or in most cases just a no movement clause. So it's not as simple as it seems. But certainly it would be foolish to think that whatever happens here with Quinn, whether it's this season, whether it's at the deadline, whether it's right before the Olympic break, or whether it's next summer, is going to have a huge impact on which way this organization goes.
You're watching and listening to Iain MacIntyre, who covers the Vancouver Canucks, with Sportsnet.ca. So, Iain, potential pieces in return, talking about either a retool and not a real rebuild. So wouldn't be enough to get 22 or 23-year-olds along with a bunch of first-round picks compared to a 25-year-old or a 27-year-old defenseman that could come back and play 20 minutes a night? This is, and how would the market respond to young prospects and picks compared to a top centerman that can come in and help right away?
Well, again, because there's a strong sentiment in the market right now for the rebuild, people would be elated at the draft picks. As for the Canucks, they do want to get players. This isn't just a deal for 2 first-round picks and a really good prospect. That's not what this team is going to be looking for if it gets to the point where they're going to move Quinn. They want players back. They've said under 25. I think they'd be thrilled with 23-year-olds, 21-year-olds, as long as these are guys that with certainty you can project not just to be NHL players, but be good NHL players. I think the Canucks would be fine with that. But if this trade happens, let's be serious. This will be the biggest trade in franchise history. This will be a bigger trade than, say, when Brian Burke sent Pavel Bure to the Florida Panthers for Ed Jovanovski, and there were other pieces involved. because, just to compare those two, Bure had walked out on the Canucks and was demanding a new contract, and Quinn Hughes is under contract at a great rate. And he's one of only two guys right now who does what he does. And although most people would say, well, Cale Makar is hands down the best defenseman in this league, it's hard to argue that anybody else is better than Quinn. And certainly they're two of a certain style, and there's very few of those guys. And you think about, so the teams that have been mentioned, New Jersey because of his brothers, but they already have Luke. So that would be interesting to see how that works out. But, Detroit. And what about these teams like San Jose, who's come so far, but they don't have a guy on defense who rushes the puck and can make plays like Quinn Hughes, or even Anaheim, who have a couple of really good defensemen. But again, there's so few of Quinn Hughes. How good would he look there? Or Chicago. So there's all kinds of teams that I think would be involved. And that's partly why I'm not saying there wouldn't be a trade this season, but it would be easier to make that trade this summer with what the Canucks want back. If it simply was a matter of this being, say, one of the most expensive rentals, a team just getting him because he's got this spring and then he's got all of next year and next spring, so you get 2 playoff runs. If it was just purely the most expensive rental in NHL history, I think that trade, could happen today if Quinn wanted out. But the fact that the teams, the fact that the Canucks want such good assets back and good NHL assets, it makes it really difficult for a team. And let's use New Jersey as an example. They have a chance. They look like they have a chance to challenge for the Stanley Cup now with the team they have. Now, obviously, any team that Quinn Hughes goes to is going to be better. But if you're New Jersey, don't you want Dawson Mercer for this playoff run? Don't you want Simon Nemec? So in that case, I think a trade might be easier to do from the Canucks perspective and for what they want in return. I think it'd be easier to do in the summer. But if someone just desperately wants to have Quinn this season, and Quinn indicates to the Canucks that he's probably not going to re-sign, and that's a big part of this. Like, the Canucks can't do anything till they get some direction from Quinn. As far as I know, there hasn't been that direction.
You don't think they're there yet, Ian, in terms of really understanding that this ain't happening, guys? Read the tea leaves.
I think everybody feels that, Nick. I think even before the season, I think the sense was the most likely outcome is that Quinn Hughes would be leaving after this year. But I think you still need to wait to hear it from him. And maybe that discussion has taken place, but my understanding is it hasn't gotten to that point yet. Certainly, as badly as the Canucks have started this season, it has only increased the likelihood that Quinn's going somewhere else. Because apart from playing with his brothers, if New Jersey was a crap team, I'm not sure even playing with his brothers that it would be the first choice for Quinn, because he so desperately wants to be in a position where he can challenge for a Stanley Cup. Remember, he was only a rookie when the Canucks had what we thought was a breakthrough in the bubble season. They won a couple of rounds in Edmonton, but they had this incredible young core of all guys in their early 20s. And then JT Miller was a mid-career guy who was part of that core. And then the team went backwards. And then eventually they got good again. They had Rick Tocchet. They had a 109-point season. They won the first non-pandemic playoff round since the team that went to the Stanley Cup final in 2011. And then they go backwards again. This has been really hard to take for a lot of the older players, and especially the guys like Quinn, who have lived through the turmoil, who have lived through the upheaval, to see it going this way again. So certainly that's a factor. If the Canucks were running near the top of the Western Conference, I don't think this would be a front burner issue right now. It certainly would still be an issue, but it wouldn't be on the front burner like it is now. There's a lot of things, a lot of factors that have made this the story that it is right now.
And so, with this being such a big story, it sounds like other players also in the news. Kiefer Sherwood, another name that seems like could get moved. So is that where we're at? Is Sherwood going to be a guy that we think gets shipped out soon?
Yeah, well, I mean, shipped out this season, the Canucks, I think, have been pretty clear with that. And of course, that was Elliott's scoop as well, that they had sent the communique to the other 31 teams, basically saying that they're open for business. And then Rutherford wanted to make clear to the world that open for business with regard to their UFAs. So, that's Kiefer Sherwood headlines that class. And it's too bad because he is a terrific player. He's one of these guys whose motor is going all the time. He's one of these guys that on the surface you say, why in the world wouldn't you want to keep that guy? And typically you would, except the Canucks last summer, they signed long-term deals for Brock Besser and Connor Garland, who both play on the right side. So now they're a little bit stuck about, well, how much could they afford to pay a guy who in theory is going to be their third best right winger? So, yeah, I think Kiefer will go before the trade deadline. I think there's other players, Evander, Kane. Some others have trade protection. Kiefer does not. So, there's other players who may be of interest. And I mentioned Connor Garland. He's one of the few because his extension doesn't kick in till next year. So he has no trade protection at the moment. But he's a player that Vancouver loves and would want to keep. I think the question, another question to this issue, though, with regard to Quinn and what happens next, is what do those other players want to do? Like, it's not just about, well, do the Canucks want to trade anyone else, or how are they going to do it? There may be some other players who wish not to stay if Quinn is not here, because clearly, no matter what that trade looks like, in the short term, the team is going to be taking a step back. And most of the guys who have been here a few years and re-signed are as frustrated as Quinn is that things haven't been linear and that this season has started going, poorly again. So I think that's something else to watch.
Okay.
Like maybe there's others who
can we just narrow it down to two off the top of my head? Pettersson and Demko.
Yeah, I don't think Pettersson is going anywhere because they need centers right now. And Pettersson, quietly, I presume you mean the original Pettersson, because there's a bunch of them.
Yes. The expensive one. Really expensive one.
Yeah, and it's a good question, Nick. But the Canucks had a chance. They had a window after last season, before July 1st, to trade Elias if they wanted to. And they didn't. And I think there was some serious consideration for that. But now we see in very hard, cold, stark reality how desperate this team is down the middle. So I don't see Pettersson being in play. And he is actually having a good season. His points, if you're not watching the Canucks closely, you see the points and you think, well, this is kind of disappointing again, because it's a little underwhelming, although it's better than last year for Elias. But he's doing a lot of things, blocking shots. He's engaging more physically than he used to be. I think the Canucks are pretty happy with how his bounce back season has gone. Demko was the other one you asked me about.
Yeah. Who's hurt right now?
Who's hurt, but he's close to coming back. I think Demko could be in play. And again, the players will have a say in this. Most of them have trade protection. So if they go to the team and say, yes, I want to play somewhere else, Thatcher's been very loyal to this organization. He didn't have to re-sign last year when he did. He said that part of the reason he did it was because he wanted to provide some stability to the Canucks, so that when they go looking for other players, those other players can look at the organization and say, oh yeah, they've got this guy, and they have Demko in goal. But again, if Quinn is moved, it feels like such a game changer for the organization, and it could be a game changer for some of those players. Certainly the Canucks really love a couple of the guys they have in their pipeline in goal, but those guys aren't close to playing. They're still 2-3 years away. The way goalies, need to percolate now for a while and spend a season or two or even three, as the case was with Demko, in the minors before they come to the NHL. The Canucks still need some goaltending. They have Lankinen, who's had a disappointing year. Demko was lights out until he got hurt. He's coming back. I think they'll want to see what this team looks like if Thatcher can stay healthy, which is a big if. But if he can stay healthy and get back to the form he showed in October at the start of this season, I think they want to see what that team looks like.
Iain, last one from me. Just want to get your thoughts on how Adam Foote has acquitted himself in his first season as a head coach. Obviously, some challenges there this year.
Yeah, a lot of challenges. And, he's in some respects, he was dealt a difficult hand because one of the things that management declared at the end of last season was that they knew they had to get another center, that this team wasn't strong enough down the middle. And that wasn't able to happen. And if you look around the league, you can understand why. There's been so few trades of impact, and also the fact that there's this historic amount of money flowing into the cap system. Everybody thinks they have a chance because of this money. Everybody can afford players. So nobody is just selling guys off like we'd seen in previous seasons. But the point is, this wasn't the roster, I think, that Adam Foote was promised. And then, unfortunately, out here on the West Coast, we have this faint hope that the law of averages are going to catch up, and that not everything is going to go against the team like it seems to.
Right.
Last year, the injuries, apart from all that drama between Pettersson and JT Miller, the injuries were devastating. You look at the top players, every guy was hurt multiple times. And I'm thinking of Hughes, Demko, and Pettersson, hurt multiple times. So coming into this year, there was this hope, well, it can't possibly be that bad again. And then game 6, they lost 2 of their only 3 experienced NHL centers.
Right.
And I think by game 7 or 8, they had 9 guys out of the lineup again. And some of them have kind of just disappeared. And important role players like Derek Forbert, who was badly missed on a penalty kill, which quickly sunk to the bottom of the league, and Teddy Bluger, an experienced guy who has a lot of trade craft. So they've missed guys again. This has made it difficult on Foote. There, at some nights, there's been 5 or 6 graduates of their AHL team in the lineup. And although the Canucks like most of these players, it takes time to learn to play in the NHL. I think Foote also changed the system maybe more than what is on the surface, and some players had a difficulty not embracing, because everyone liked the idea of being more aggressive and being more attacking. I mean, who doesn't like that if you're a hockey player? But the transition to learn to play that way without sacrificing your own end, we know was a very difficult transition. And you can look at the goals against on this team and where they're ranked defensively. But they are getting better in that regard. The last 2 weeks were a lot better than the previous 2 weeks. And I think, obviously Foote and his coaching staff, which is a new coaching staff, another factor, I think they're hoping to continue that trajectory. But it has been rough for Adam. But the situation would have been rough for anybody. Even had Rick Tocchet stayed, this would have been a challenge to have this team in a playoff position at this point with all that's gone against them already.
Iain, just one more for me, and a terrific job breaking a lot of things down of Vancouver Canucks for us here. And that is that whatever we want to call this next phase for the Vancouver Canucks, a rebuild, a retool, the team's owned by Francesco Aquilini, who represents the family. Is it a foregone conclusion that Jimmy Rutherford and Patrick Allvin have his confidence to lead whatever is coming the way in the next year or two with the Vancouver Canucks?
Well, so far, but ask me next week. And I'm not suggesting it will change that quickly, but you know how this market is, and things can be volatile. And that's why I think it's so important. I just mentioned how the last 2 weeks were better than the previous 2. The Canucks have to keep getting better. As long as there's, I think, an indication as they get players back from injury, and Demko could be coming back on Thursday. I had to think of which day it was. They all run together. Thursday against Buffalo, which would be a huge return. As long as they're showing signs that they're recovering and getting better, I think, and again, because this is a new coaching staff and a new head coach, I think they would get a little more time. And, I asked Jim Rutherford, not about the trust level, but did he have the authority to even do a rebuild if he wanted one? Because a lot of people think that ownership wouldn't allow it. And he said, Jim did, that he has had authority that, although of course he talks to the owner just like every president and GMs of teams do, he said that Aquilini has left it in his hands. And as far as we can tell, it's still very much in Jim Rutherford's hands.
Ian, great stuff, man. Really appreciate you stopping by on the show.
All right. Nice being on with you guys.
Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it.
Iain MacIntyre covering the Vancouver Canucks for Sportsnet.ca. Since 1991, it says right here.
Yep.
When he was 8.
Yeah, he was 8. That's very funny. Good stuff there. The Fitzy thing, I got in trouble.
You got in trouble?
I sent a tweet, and the Canucks fans got really mad.
Joke is good.
Well, I said that. It's like him calling the general manager of the Devils Fitzy isn't the best sign, I wouldn't say.
Sounds like you're.
But, I mean, it's been Fitzy Gate has been like everyone's like, all anyone's ever called him is Fitzy. It's like, you can understand why people were a little
Chief in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
but
players use nicknames.
Tree.
But when Tom Fitzgerald comes on our show, I have not shaken Tom Fitzgerald's hand before. And I may have first show called him Tom, but I believe I called him Fitz or Fitzy. And I'm not quick to go to nicknames. He just, that of all of them, feels like the easiest one to default to.
Like, there's always this gray area with television, at least in my early years of broadcasting, where it was just like no nicknames. Nicknames pissed people off early in my broadcasting career. And I think now we're all kind of all over these nicknames, I guess.
But
hit and miss for me.
So let's, for example, say that Nazem Kadri was getting traded. Like, there's conversations that he was going to get traded to Leafs. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but he does a thing. He's like, my agent and Tree had a conversation that would probably rub some people the wrong way, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
So
no, I think that would go over everyone's head, I think, at this point.
It's fine.
All right. All good. I just thought
it's when you nickname and you don't really have an association, but people can't tell anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a sense that you're all chummy with the guy and you don't want to be critical because he's your buddy.
Right.
Well, I call you Kippy.
Oh, Kipolano Springs.
And we're not buddies. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
It's game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app, latest odds, and see why it's ever ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. 5 games on the ice tonight, including the Vancouver Canucks. We just talked to Ian about them. They are hosting the Red Wings, which is interesting. A team that some people have rumored the Quinn Hughes potential to. The Vancouver Canucks are underdogs on home ice against the Red Wings. They are plus 105. Red Wings are minus 125. I was looking at the Leafs game. Leafs are underdogs at home tonight, plus 110. Lightning are minus 130 coming in. This is the one that I had to bring up. Pontus Holmberg tonight, anytime goal scorer, 9-1. So
the people love a Pontus Holmberg bet at home.
Listen, I'm telling you, this stuff happens, and this guy's got revenge goal written all over it, potentially an empty netter because he's just so good defensively that maybe he's on the ice at the end of the game and shoots one in. If you wanted to parlay Nick Paul, who is also a Leaf killer and feels like he scores every game against the Leafs, hasn't scored. I think he's got 1 in his last 8 coming in here.
What's the Paul number?
If you parlay both of those together, you can get that to 40-1 for both those guys to score.
Woo!
So
Give me just the Paul number.
Yeah, hold on, I just lost it. Let me get back to it here.
Gotta think you're betting that before the Holmberg number, who has 9 career NHL goals.
I am 100.
If he has that.
I am putting money into my account to bet Pontus Holmberg to score. Nick Paul is plus 325 tonight for a goal against Leafs.
All right, I'm in.
So those two, 40-1, are by themselves. 325 for Nick Paul. 9-1 for seems like a bad number for.
How many career NHL goals for Pontus Holmberg? He has 180 games played.
I'm going to say at the most 11.
17.
It's 20.
Wow. Okay. Hot shooter.
Who lets that guy go? 26 years old.
20 goals in his career. How could you let him go? Anyways, that was game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app's latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
All right, let's take a quick break. When we return, the Oilers starting to rebuild some confidence.
Oh, I'm so sick of this.
Oh, no.
Again, we got to do this.
Give them some love.
No.
Give them some love. Did you guys catch that crazy game in Florida with Columbus and Dean Evason going a little squirrely on the game?
Yes, and I cannot wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's have some fun with Dean. After the break, more Real Kyper and Bourne. As a reminder, this hour of Real Kyper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Oilers are back now. Your Leafs are struggling, but Oilers are back. They can score again now, which is nice.
So embarrassed. I did it again. I fall for this crap.
You forgot to change the jersey?
I did change the jersey. It's winter meeting time. Toronto Blue Jays are a worldwide team, but they're also a Canada-wide team.
So you think they're all the way back?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
9-4, 6-2 the last two games, and you're good.
Yeah.
Although 4-0 before that.
Yep.
So they're
back. And I did it again. And they do, little slow start. Oh, we suck. We're tricking everybody. And it's like, I got to come on here and be like, they're bad this year. And now they're good, and everybody looks like an idiot. Thanks a lot, Oilers.
The division, too, is just so soft. Like, they're already in a wild card spot.
Yep.
They're 2 points behind the Kings.
Yep.
Anaheim is 6 points up, and then looking in the rear view going,
Seattle's falling off.
They always
stink.
They always stink.
Oh, my God. They're no good.
Mammoth, they're holding on for dear life.
The Kraken, since their inception, they nailed the logo and jersey and vibe, and then they went out and got no one of interest.
No. And then
at any point.
And Mammoth just lost
Defensive
Cooley.
goaltending.
God, did you see that Cooley injury? Ugh.
Yeah, so the Cooley injury was bad.
Yeah. That sucks for him.
Read about it on certain websites out there if you want some additional details.
Yeah.
But there's and some fabricated details. But the Cooley thing, for Utah, they're not going to make playoffs without him going great guns.
No.
So
they're in trouble. So yeah, now the Oilers are just back. And we all have to just be like, yeah, we were wrong again. Then they'll go to the seventh game.
But did we really think they were bad?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I thought it was different than last year. I really did.
It's hard to tell now.
They were so injured, though. Like, they were without Hyman for a chunk of the year. They were without RNH for a chunk of the year. They were without a lot of their key guys.
Yep.
You know who's got me baffled is the Florida Panthers.
Oh, my God.
Because I sent you, I think they were down
4-1.
4-1. I sent you.
And they cheated.
And I'm like.
And then the league's favorite team bailed them out.
The Panthers don't even look like they're interested in this game.
No.
And then Gary made the call, and he's like, my favorite team. Give them the call. They got to win.
Do you know what he's referring to?
Yeah, the hand.
Yeah.
The glove on Marchand.
So Marchand gloves a puck down, passes, it goes to a teammate. They score 30 seconds later. Goal should be disallowed. Isn't. They challenge. And then, of course, Columbus gets a penalty for getting the challenge wrong. Florida scores again. Now it's 4-3.
Well, it's coming off of the
Hagel.
disallowed goal in Tampa off Hagel.
Well, that's the context for the similar play that should have been called.
Similar?
I don't agree with you that they were as similar as you're making it out to be.
Oh, I thought they were as
The
close.
one Hagel's like trying not to get hit, and the Marchand one, he's like trying to grab and pull down to me.
Yeah.
But he missed it.
He
But it
did.
did graze his glove.
Yeah, it's kind of all around the palm.
But that's what happened with the Lightning one.
The Hagel one, to me, he's sealing the wall, and his hand is up, and it just kind of like...
See,
like Cooper said, if I sat here and threw this microphone at you, what would you do? That's what Cooper's defense was.
Yeah.
If I sat here and threw this microphone,
Punch the crap out of you. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's definitely fair.
But so the Hagel one gets called no goal,
Yeah.
and then the Florida one, maybe they looked at the Hagel one as a league and said, "Oh, that should have been a goal." And the next time they saw it, they went, "Guess we got to let it go."
I don't know. I thought it was black and white. If it hits the hand, then it enters the net.
It's just so you can use your hand in your own zone, but you can't use it in the offensive
Actually,
zone.
super stupid.
It's like, okay, so
You know where?
And the high stick
What?
too with
What?
Typically
Like
on
what?
pro offense, you should never be able to glove the puck to a teammate, ever. It's ridiculous that in your D zone you can hand pass it to a teammate.
it's like playing shuffleboard.
Right. Like that is, in no way is that a hockey play to me. That doesn't make any sense.
Do you want to hear the coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets thoughts
Okay,
on it?
so
Why do we help
there was
team anyway?
So Florida ended up winning 7-6, like 7-6.
Yeah, bit of a shootout.
No. They actually won 6-7 because my 9-year-old hockey team was cheering to make it the 6-7 goal to a degree. You've never heard volume like this in a public place. I got to show you the video. Very embarrassing. But yes, that ended up being 7-6 as the final score. 2 points for Florida.
Head coach of Columbus, Dean Evason, was not happy. Let's have a listen.
All right, Dean, this team prides itself on defensive hockey, 7 against tonight. What do you count that to?
The whole game was a joke. That's what I account it to.
In what way?
Every way. Entire game was a joke.
Did it start with that challenge on the hand pass?
It's a joke. It's an absolute joke.
Yes.
That game was where it was at.
How do your guys bounce back from a game like this?
Our guys are great. Our guys have no issues. They know what happened. They'll be good tomorrow night. We'll play hard. We played hard all night. We played great. We played great. The game was a joke. An absolute joke.
He went full Lindy. Lindy Ruff. I forget who was it. Tucker that low bridge Pekka or did something dirty to Pekka, and he went, "That's a joke."
That to me
That's
is
a joke.
more.
You don't watch the game very well.
Belichick, we're on to Cincinnati, or Marshawn Lynch, just here so we don't get fined. That's just like the repetitive wonderfulness. That is misery out of a coach. I loved it. They need every point they can get too.
Specifically talking about one thing.
Correct.
You just blanketed the whole thing.
The whole game's
as
a joke.
An absolute joke.
You can't find a comment like that unless you tie it to refereeing.
That's actually the most mad, and you
smart
can be,
move,
and the best. You can let it out without getting fined.
Yes.
What could you possibly fine him for? Oh, he was mean to the. I don't know.
No, it was a joke.
Game was a joke.
Like, hey, I heard what you said about. I was talking about our game. It was a joke.
Yeah.
He's like, it was a joke. My players played great, but it was a joke. That's the best.
And by the way, Columbus is 13-10-6, doing very well and dead last in the Metro. Like, they can't afford for the league.
They're gonna miss.
Buddy, they're 3 points out of a playoff spot.
I know.
They need those points because that's a joke.
It's a joke.
Total joke.
The game was a joke.
Are we, just to get back on Florida a little bit?
That is an all-time great draw for us to have, by the way.
Are you at the point now? I'm pretty close to saying.
Also like Edmonton?
5 teams out of the Metro, 3 out of the Atlantic.
Oh, you think?
To make the playoffs.
I think you're probably right.
Are you there with me?
No. No, because it's a hodgepodge, and the Metro stinks too. The Metro's rancid.
But they stink less than
this.
They stink.
Who's any good?
I think Washington's
Top 2.
good. I think Carolina's good. I think the Islanders are good.
They're fine.
They're
good.
Good goaltending.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
They can
mid-HL right now. Columbus almost got in. They almost snuck in last year.
Wow,
Yeah.
Devils.
New Jersey. New Jersey gets in, and the Rangers, if there's 5.
Devils are struggling without Jack Hughes. I think they're
Islanders are in for you.
Islanders are in.
Okay, so the top 3 are in.
Yeah.
And then is Pittsburgh and the Rangers.
Nope.
Philly. Devils.
Devils, yes. Rangers are the maybe 5 if things.
I'm not convinced on the Devils.
I'm actually not convinced of the Devils either. The Rangers' underlying numbers are pretty good.
They've lost 5 in a row now. They've been pretty bad since Jack Hughes went out, and I think they're.
I got to tell you, that having that conversation there kind of talked me into 5 because look at the Atlantic, and it's who do you believe in there? Tampa Bay, I believe in. Florida needs some health. Surely the Leafs can have a run, but
not the Sabres.
Not the Sabres.
Sorry.
Ottawa. I mean, Ottawa's a good team. Aren't they?
That's a joke. That division's a joke.
I've never seen parity so tied into they stink, they stink, they stink,
Right.
they stink.
It's not like, boy, what a lot of great clubs. It's like, they're all, I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Who are you afraid of? Like, this year, the most random team. The Blue Jackets could win the Cup this year.
I disagree with that.
Mid-HL right now.
Probably not.
There's 3.
I know Jack Greaves gets hot. Werenski's
We could see a
third best D in the league.
What about my St. Louis Blues that were dead last week?
Get a little hot.
Are they starting to
Are they
kind
not
of
dead?
Nah, they're not.
put the standings back on if we can?
For the West?
Please, for the West?
Yeah, they're minus 27 goal differential this
I
year. They're
know.
just lighting it up.
Problem is they're in the Central.
Yeah.
Although Chicago could fall back, you would need.
Hey, your little
Buddy,
Blues are starting to get
take
hot.
a
here.
look. They're like 2 points out from
Oh my God!
wild card spots.
Who isn't? Who isn't?
There's one good team in the league. Actually, there's 2 really good teams in the league. They're
Avalanche,
both in the same
Stars,
and then
Carolina,
and Washington.
You don't have Vegas in there?
They're in the first.
Yeah,
Vegas to me is like they're still getting points, but their best hockey still ahead of them, and they will make a trade. Those guys
Yeah.
are.
They have one more win than the Leafs this year.
McCrimmon and George McPhee will pull the trigger on something. You know it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's just their style. That team doesn't wait. They don't take years off.
Hey, I wanted to ask you, because they had just announced Winnipeg and Montreal as the Heritage Classic in 2026. Were you at that one in the Oilers Habs one?
Yeah.
Where it was like the coldest night ever?
But it was until like a few years later we went to Calgary that I think won up the coldness. But that game in many ways should have been canceled.
Too cold to play?
Too cold, and the ice.
Prairies would have murdered you.
The
for
ice
that.
was starting to like chunks of ice were disappearing.
It could be too cold.
It was just cracking left, right, and center. There was it was touch and go there for a while.
One of the all-time great visuals that came out of that game was Theodore with the toque on top of his helmet.
Nothing cooler.
It just was like, and the with the breath coming out of his mouth, it was just like, that is as good as it gets.
That's hockey.
That's as good as it gets. But it's in October in Winnipeg. They're having it outside. It should be minus 10 by then.
Those outdoor games are just gold. It's a gold mine for the league.
Yeah.
It's just nice to see them doing some
That's
Canadian
right. So
ones.
it's in Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's in Winnipeg.
People can't get enough of it.
It's at the Bombers' brand new stadium. I think it's Princess Auto Stadium.
The good folks at Sportsnet know we'd like to go to Winnipeg and cover that. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'll
right?
bring my parka for October, and we're good to go.
You guys can send me a postcard.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That is cool.
Celebrini again.
Yeah.
3 more points last night.
Celebrini, now second, standalone second. The top 4 in league scoring: McKinnon, Celebrini, McDavid, Bedard.
Sammy and I are going to go see him live.
I know.
Thursday.
Thursday will
Leafs,
be there.
San Jose. We want to see him live.
So-
we could have picked any game. We picked San Jose.
For a
Who'd have
reason.
thought?
I've got to go get my scouting hat on. So funny. Bourne in our group chat, like, busy guy. He's like, I'm not
you're
gonna-"
bailing on us.
And I literally
Sorry,
was like,
boys.
I'll still go.
May I please come?
May I please still go? So I'm looking forward to that.
Sharks tied in points for wild card spot this year. Almost Christmas, Blackhawks and Sharks. Giant bounce backs from.
I'm really
the
happy about
depths.
that these two guys aren't on
Yep.
teams that just flat out suck. It's nice that they're playing somewhat meaningful hockey.
Bedard really had to hang in there to
Yeah.
even get here
Iain
Definitely.
MacIntyre dropping San Jose
for Hughes.
with Quinn Hughes.
So that
you
to me,
think that guy's going out to California?
I'm running it through in my head as he's saying, it's like it makes perfect sense from a hockey standpoint, but if he cares lifestyle-wise about being near family, it's impossible.
Far.
Yeah, max far.
I'm just looking at the San Jose Sharks pick situation. It's good.
Still, eh?
They got a lot
They
of
got these guys and they still got all their
They
picks.
got two
But I'm
first
telling you
rounders
right
this
now,
year, 2 second
I know
rounders this
he
year.
I'd go for Quinn Hughes. I'd go for the boatload of prospects and picks.
It would be interesting to see a team right now because so many teams are buyers. If the Leafs today just said we're selling, you could really do well right now.
Yeah.
Teams are desperate for help.
Yeah.
You know, if you all of a sudden made something, if the Canucks were like, we're wide open, you can have Garland, you can have Sherwood, you can have Hughes, you could pull in 4 first rounders for this summer.
Somebody probably give you something for Kane too. You know, I know he's not having a great year,
Yeah.
but UFA, playoff kind of guy.
And we know it's a great draft. You'd have more chances to win the lottery the way the Islanders did.
Yeah.
I know it's
a great chance to suck.
Ownership
Like,
doesn't want to do it, but it's
that Ver-
already Christmas. You got to suck for 3.5 months, 4 months.
Verhoff and McKenna at the top of this draft. It's like, this is the year to do it, boys. If you're listening,
You're
Jimmy.
watching the Canucks just do everything they can to eke out points.
Yeah.
For what?
For what?
I don't understand.
5 games on tap tonight. Buffalo and Calgary. Any interest?
Nope.
Is it on our network?
Yes, definitely.
Are you working tonight?
I'm not.
Thursday.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward to Leafs Lightning. I think it's a big game.
It
If
is.
the Leafs just stink the joint out again, we're back to square one.
Buddy, they win tonight. They're 2 points out of first.
Now we're talking, baby.
Our thanks to Iain MacIntyre, sportsnet.ca. A lot of insight on Quinn Hughes.
That was great.
If you didn't catch it, give us a download. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube crowd. Give us a thumbs up. Always enjoy that. Enjoy your game tonight. We're back tomorrow. It's going to be a great week here on the Real Kyper and Bourne Show. Have a great night, everybody.